Welcome back, Roughnecks. It's been a few days since the Xbox showcase, and what a showcase it was. We have some amazing games coming over the next couple of years. As a gamer, it's exciting stuff. With that said, for me, the big finale wasn't the Black Ops 6 stuff, but the announcement of Gears of War E-Day. Over the last few weeks, we've seen and heard a lot of rumours about potential Gears news being mentioned in this showcase, and theories have been thrown around by fans discussing whether it's going to be Gears 6 or a Phoenix collection. I don't think many of us would have ever guessed we would be getting a completely new original game, set during the Locust era and back with Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago. I've had time to collect myself so I don't go all annoying fanboy in this video. We already have plenty of over the top reaction videos out there, so I'm trying to keep this a little bit more collected. But don't get me wrong, I am hyped for this game. I was like a kid at Christmas, grinning ear to ear, watching that trailer and how stunningly beautiful that trailer was. I've rewatched the trailer so many times and it still does not get old. The Coalition have really won a vast majority of fans over with this 2-minute teaser, showing that this new team of developers understand the series and what it is us fans wanted out of the games. I haven't made a video going into a trailer before, and I'm not going to dissect the trailer and go into it, but I want to give my honest opinion and feel for the trailer and how the Gears series looks going forward. So with that said, let's get to it. My honest opinion. I've already stated that the trailer looks stunning. Using the Unreal 5 engine has really improved the graphic quality, making every detail stand out. I absolutely love the tone of the trailer. It's giving off those original Gears of War vibes. It's dark, it's gritty, it's violent. We're back in the real Sarah. The violent, brutal streets where the ground can open up at any point and have real monsters come out to attack. Not the polished world of Sarah that we've had with Gears 4 and 5. And that isn't a dig at those games. I think having that polished, clean look in 4 and 5 helps separate the two eras that this series goes through. 25 years separates the Locust War and the Swarm War. So of course the world of Sarah would start to look better and cleaner. That plus the graphical improvement of the Xbox hardware. Anyway, back to E-Day. The fact that Marcus Phoenix, the disgruntled veteran badass that we love and know, is absolutely getting taken to school in this trailer. And this is also where the Unreal 5 engine comes into play, as we can physically see the struggle and pain on his face during the course of this fight. And let's not forget, he's fighting a Locust drone. You heard that right. A Locust drone. The grunts of the Locust Horde, the pawns of the Queen's army, who are frontline fodder sent out to do as much damage before being killed. These grunts are so easy to defeat in the original games, but this isn't 14 years after E-Day. This isn't the original trilogy. This is the first time Marcus has come across one of these Locust drones, and my god is the drone terrifying. Have we ever seen Marcus get brutalised like this, outside of us playing multiplayer or when we decide to play on Insane Campaign? I absolutely love this really simple detail in this trailer, and it's one that could have easily been missed. We could have had any Locust rank here fighting Marcus, but the Coalition wanted to show us that these drones aren't going to be what we're used to. We're not going to be able to walk through them with ease when it comes to games release, and I honestly can't wait to see how brutal and difficult these basic standard enemies are. The lowest ranked Locust soldier is going to haunt us, and being Emergence Day, that's how it needs to be. The personal skirmish ends with the drone having its head blown apart, showing us the kind of gore that could be in this game, and I absolutely lost it when I saw the gore. Call me morbid, but the one thing Gears 4 and 5 lacked was gore. Of course those games still have blood splatter and body parts being jibbed, but when you look at the bodies after killing an enemy, they look like just blobs of jelly, whereas in the original trilogy you see the organs and the bones, and the gore is just so much better. This is truly the Coalition taking us back to the original games. That takes me to the next point, that this trailer feels very similar to the original Mad World trailer, but more on that in a sec. But I honestly really feel that the horror element is back. Again, the tone of the game really gives us that dark, gritty sense, and that only adds to the horror element, along with the terrifying way the Coalition have handled the basic of soldiers with the Locust drone. This is an element that has really been missing since Gears 2. The original Gears game had that sense of atmospheric horror, perhaps not to the same extent as Dead Space, but who remembers that section in the game with the floorboards and the wretches waiting underneath you? Terrifying stuff. I honestly feel like Gears went the Alien route, with a horror outing first up, and then vamped up the action in the sequel, and I'm not hating at all. I absolutely love Gears 2, like we all do, but I also can't help think what could have been had Gears 2 kept that horror aspect. Returning back to the Locust War and putting us right at the start of Emergence is one of the best ways to potentially return back to that horror element. I say potentially because I could be totally wrong with this statement, and the game has zero horror in the final product, and I'm just seeing what I want to see. But that's what these type of videos are about, right? What we see and take from these trailers. Tell me your opinions and what it is you guys got from this trailer. I'd love to hear your own theories. So earlier I mentioned that the trailer was similar to the Mad World trailer that became as iconic as this series of games. And my god, sat watching this trailer threw me back in time, especially when the Mad World theme started playing in the background. I was launched back into 2006, a 15-year-old teen seeing Marcus run through the streets of Sarah, highlighted by the lights on his armour and lancer, followed by the glowing eyes and lights of the Locust. Since that trailer dropped, I've been hooked, and this trailer just reignited that love for this series. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one who had this wave of nostalgia hit like a ton of bricks. A quick flash of all the great times I've had with these games, all the moments that made me rage on multiplayer, meeting some incredible people who shared my admiration for this series. A lot of those people I lost contact with due to them falling out of favour with the series or changing consoles. But those memories stay, and it's amazing how a 2-minute teaser was able to throw me through nearly 2 decades of Gears of War memories. And that's one of the reasons this trailer has just impacted me so much. The most obvious thing too is that we are back as Marcus, and I'm guessing our player 2 would be Dom. But going back to these two is like meeting up with lost friends. These two characters have been with me since I was a teenager and followed me into adulthood. It sounds silly, but you feel as if you know these characters personally. And let's face it, our boys have never looked so good. This is Marcus before he went to the slab and before he got his iconic face scar. And I also love how the Coalition have made a younger Marcus look similar to JD. Being his son, it makes sense. We are also going to get the origin of the Mark II Lancer, but I just hope that the Coalition don't retcon the extended universe lore, as the books do in fact go into how the chainsaw bayonet came into play, and if they do keep that same lore, I look forward to seeing some legacy characters make a return. I don't want to say in case people haven't read the books, and I don't wish to spoil potential surprises that could happen. Of course, it's all speculation at this moment, it is after all just a teaser trailer, but it's got the entire fan base jumping with joy, and I haven't seen the community this lively since Gears 3. I lost a lot of faith in the Coalition with Gears 5. It was a game I didn't enjoy, and I promised myself that when a new Gears game got released, I wouldn't get hyped. But this trailer has changed everything. I really hope the game holds up to the hype that this trailer is building. I want to see the Coalition succeed in making Gears games like I think we all do. We all want to see Gears back as the big hitter in the gaming market. This series was once the shared face of Xbox along with Halo, and when a new game dropped, it was a big deal. Perhaps not so much with recent games. Tactics came and went with a whimper. 5 split the fan base down the middle, but I feel that this could bring Gears back to where it belongs. The Coalition has stated that they are not abandoning the story of Gears 4 and 5, but could not pass up the opportunity to work on what could be called a passion project, and I'm okay with that. I think regardless of the opinion of Gears 4 and 5, whether you enjoyed it or not, that story needs to be finished. And if the Coalition taking a break, working on a new story, and then putting the same work into 6, we could be looking at a complete revival in player faith with the studio, as well as a game that greatly improves our experience with the newer characters. Once again, I'm excited and so happy to be a Gears fan. As it stands, the future of the series is looking bright, and I can't wait to find out more about Gears of War E-Day. I shall be keeping my ears and eyes open for any and all news and updates that come out. One last note, have you noticed that we've gone back to Gears of War and not Gears? Another change that I am so happy with. From what I've seen online and in the social groups I'm in, everyone else is happy we've got the original title back. Hopefully this video wasn't too cringy and fanboy for you to sit through. I'd love to hear your opinions on this trailer. Were you happy about getting an original story set before the first game? How did you feel about jumping back into the boots of both Marcus and Dom? Were you disappointed that a Gears 6 or a Phoenix collection wasn't announced? I'd love to hear your thoughts, throw them down and let's get a discussion going. But once again Roughnecks, thank you for joining me. And as always, stay safe.